My name is Jayne. I've been going to Hoboken Grace for about 4 years. I'm from Homedale, New Jersey originally, so didn't really travel far. I have been very blessed, and I always say that the best thing my parents ever did for me was give me my faith. It was just always in my life, in my background. It was definitely just part of my identity growing up. I think a couple people can probably relate to this, but maybe it just wasn't at the forefront of my college years and in my early 20s, just feeling like it was always there, but kind of in the background. When I moved to Hoboken, I kind of was looking for more of a community, and I knew that getting involved in a church and kind of just finding a solid foundation of church was something that I really wanted. So I honestly think it was something as simple as just a Google search, and easily and quickly led me to Hoboken Grace. And within 10 minutes of walking in, I felt like, wow, this is somewhere that I could really see myself kind of just growing and getting involved in. I think once COVID hit, it was a lonely time. And I think I was just seeing in the world like all of this stuff happening, and people were lonely and people were searching. And I'm like, I know the answer to that. I know what they're searching for. So I kind of was just like, all right, let me dive in. Let me just try. Let me just try a group. Let me just get involved. Like, let me just see what this is about. And I mean, I was there for maybe no more than 10 minutes that I was like, okay, like, wow, like this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I absolutely love this. I could feel God just like putting a sense of peace and comfort on my heart of like, this is exactly where I want you. This is exactly where you're supposed to be. A few months later, I felt this specific, I don't know if it's a calling or just a prayer on my heart, that I just felt this need to serve other people. And I would say maybe no more than a few months later, I got this opportunity to go on a missions trip. I actually got to go with my dad, so that was a really special moment. And it's a disaster relief ministry, so we basically just flew to Detroit, Michigan. There was severe flooding, and we just served the community for 5 days straight. And it was the most uncomfortable, scary, just out of my comfort zone experience. But the whole entire time, I just had God on my heart saying, like, this is your answered prayer. And I felt like, okay, if I can travel to Detroit and do that with random strangers in a random community, why can't I do that here in Hoboken? And why can't I serve the needs of people who are searching for Jesus just as much as those people were in Detroit? I joined a dinner group in June of 2021, and then by December of 2021, I fully knew that God had put on my heart to lead a dinner group, and that was an answered prayer of Him saying, like, hey, I'm gonna use you here in Hoboken. I definitely consider myself an introverted person, like stepping into a new scene or a new building or being around new people, like definitely doesn't energize me in any sense. So I definitely understand that fear, but I think one thing we have to understand is like God has all of these huge and amazing plans for us. We have like amazing people around us, and I will say one thing about Hoboken Grace is the community is just so strong, and honestly, I don't think I've ever stepped through those doors, and whether it was my first time or my 200th time, where like I just haven't felt loved, I haven't felt supported and encouraged. And I just think the value of saying yes to God has just brought me personally like so many blessings in my life. God can seriously use anybody. I mean, we see it, like His disciples were all broken people. I know I'm broken, I'm a sinner, we are not perfect by any means, but I think those are the kinds of people that He can really use, because you resonate with people and people just want to see your heart and see yourself, and being vulnerable and honest, although it's so hard. Those moments of uncertainty are definitely scary, but that's where you grow, and that's where He can really use you, and He can really show you how faithful He is and show you all of these amazing things He has for you.